Hey, hey, hey. Are we ready for Tuesday? Let's have some fun. I forgot to do transitions. Shame on me. But that's fine. How you all doing, everyone? Happy Tuesday. How you doing, Fastidious? Good to see ya on the Twitches. If somebody could shout out Mr. Fastidious, we just recorded a collab. He is moving into the Raid Shadow Legends arena, and so go check him out on YouTube's as well. And we just did something on his channel. At some point in time, we'll do something on both of our channels, probably in the next week or two. But go check him out. He's a cool dude. He does a lot of Watcher of Realms content, but is also moving into Raid. So let's welcome him into the community. Because just because he doesn't always like only our game doesn't mean we don't like him. Hello, Sauce. Hello, Dr. Matt. Hello, Dark Sword. How are you all doing? So we are on the free-to-play, and I realize that I have to run Hydra tonight because I have 10 hours to finish a Hydra key. Well, actually, all 3 of my Hydra keys, but, 3 Hydra keys are not going to do very well on this account. True, but at the same time, I'm not sure if those sentences are related or not, but, we'll see. Actually, they're probably not, because to be fair, if you were vouching for him as a doctor, you'd be kind of violating confidentiality. Yeah, that's true, too. If he didn't stay at a Holiday Inn Express, I don't trust him. Oh, good. But you play as Doctor on television. This is really going to devolve, isn't it? But hey, we are doing our first, or not our first, but the second double live streaming thingy, what's it? So I have my stream going live on YouTube, so you can check me out on the YouTubes as well. Feel free to hit like over there if you like to. We'll see how well this goes. I think I have the music situation sorted out, where we should have the nice, chill, definitely not going to be quite as exciting as my normal playlist, but nice, chill, royalty-free music, and should be going on both of them, and you should both be able to hear it. You can actually see what is playing right now, too, so if you're actually enjoying some of this stuff, this is all from Getaway Music Entertainment. They are actually somebody Layla recommended, but they curate and collect music that can be done on royalty-free, and they've got a really large playlist, so I figured it was fairly safe. And I've got that running without commercials, so that'll be nice too. So shouldn't have any other issues as well. Because as dumb as it was, when I had it playing on Spotify, I was getting copyright violations for the commercials. Way to go, Spotify. Alrighty, so what are the factions today? Orcs! Oh boy, I can actually push more orcs. That's good. Do I have 5 orcs? I don't have 5 orcs. I need an orc. Hey, I appreciate you giving me the kitty. None such. Awesome. It's annoying that chat doesn't show me, but no big deal. Well, that's the thing. It wasn't free advertising. I paid for it by not getting, revenue. Well, we'll pull here. Maybe I'll get another work, and then all will be right with the world. Hey, that's a Skullsworn. I've already got one. That might be food. Actually, I should check. Anything else exciting over here? No, nothing exciting over here. Nothing exciting at all. Use a Demon Lord key. This, by the way, is going to be very, very helpful for the free-to-play account. That is just going to be absolutely amazing as far as additional resources are concerned. So do be aware that if you are doing the Mad Hatter stuff, the Dungeon Divers finishes in 8 hours, as does the Fire Knight tournament, as does the Sand Devil tournament. So if you are going for the Prism Shards, you definitely need to go deal with that. So, hey, Turbos, appreciate you following on the Streamlabs, or not the Streamlabs, the Twitches. How you doing, Turbos? I could farm some gore masks. That may be the case. That may end up being what happens. I don't know. To be fair, I don't think I've already got... That's a good question. We could actually look at the Faction Wars. I'm already 5 stars all the way through stage 10. So I could certainly see if I could do it through stage 11, but it was getting dicey at stage 10. So getting it through stage 11 is going to be even harder. Oh, hey, I did get an orc. Woohoo! 1-star orc. Here we go. I appreciate it. I'm doing it on both, so the chat should work on both, I think. I think so. Yep, it did indeed work on both. Just may take a little bit. So I can read both, which is good. But it is definitely not perfect. But we need to do some Hydra. And first of all, we're gonna do a little live arena, because you know what's worse than torturing people with live arena? Torturing people with free-to-play live arena. Yeah. Free-to-play live arena is so rough. That said, I've actually learned that I need to go through with the fights, even if they look bad, because I have won some fights that I've won fights against mythicals. Now, I probably won't see a mythical again this fight, so that's good. The other thing I do, too, is I need to make sure that whoever is the number 1 is probably the person I don't mind getting banned the most. So, Geo goes first, Tagore goes second. But yeah, I will definitely say that as much as I, like YouTube, the live stream interface on YouTube is kind of meh. Hey, Armenian God, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Alrighty, let's see here. I want you and you. Not on my free-to-play account that's level 51. No mythicals. The fact that this dude is a mythical is annoying. He's a level 50 account, doesn't even have his player named properly. And he's got a ninja and an R-Tac. This is a bot account. I'm 100% sure this is a bot account now, actually, now that I think about it. So, who don't I want to deal with? Well, that's easy. I don't want to deal with you, because you're just probably going to kick my ass. Oh, this is not a bot account. Interesting. Well, do I want HP or do I want damage? Let's go HP. Yeah, if you want mythicals in live arena, that's a different account. To be fair, I do actually have to do some live arena on my alt, so maybe we will get a chance to do a little bit of that tonight, because I honestly have been slacking on that, and I'm literally on a Muramanto mission that requires those. Well, it could be a spent account too, or an old. Some people actually have logged in. Who knows? But yeah, it's probably a bot account. It's probably one of those ones that somebody has bought and they've been, pulling random stuff and somebody purchased it. It's fine. My general hope with these types of accounts is that the players that have them often don't necessarily know how to build champions, so I've got a shot at... Okay, so there goes Artak. Exactly. But this person seems to know pretty well what they're doing. I am not doing very well here. That's not really going to help. Other than... Still probably going to die, but... Although maybe not. But then again, Monkey can steal me, so... Yeah, this is not going to work because I'm going to die here. So let's just end this. Let's end the misery. I need to get rid of those at some point. Logbot, here we go. Yeah, I'll do that later. I can do that later. I will definitely say this music's a lot more chill than I usually run with, but that's fine. Nothing like a nice chill stream. That's a Doom Priest. Okay. Let's see here. Again, I can't assume it's a live account, so we'll start with Geo. And to be fair, Geo's actually kind of fun in Arena. The fact that he has the 100% turn meter steal and then he can strip buffs as well makes him kind of interesting. This is not going to go well. To be fair, I've actually been averaging about a 60% win rate since I got out of Bronze 1 where all the bots were, which is pretty impressive. I did not expect to get a 60% win rate on where I'm at with this account. Good news is actually with Monkey and with Ugo, I may have a counter to Valk. But everybody's got Ninja. Who don't I want to do? I don't want to deal with you. So here is where I hope my Tagore is actually the fastest champion on the squad. Not that he has an increased turn meter, but he does have the increased speed. We may have done it. Not too bad. I don't want to trigger counterattacks and other... Oh, actually, that's still not horrible. Probably going to be the death of Ugo, but that's fine. Yeah, he is an absolute beast of a champion. It's still annoying I can't book him at the moment, though. That's really the bigger problem. All right, I've got decreased defense. I've got weaken. I won't hit through shields. Let's give this a try anyway. Okay, I got ninja. That's good. Or she was weakened, so that helped. Stupid Soul Reaper. That's fine. I don't mind if she attacks. And he hits decently. I mean, he doesn't hit amazingly hard on that A1, but he does occasionally hit on that A1. That outtiming that Doom Priest is going to be the more annoying part of this fight, though. Although we're managing... okay, that's not going to work. Okay, Kreela goes down. That is helpful. All right, that didn't work. If I had gotten burns, I could have stolen the counterattack, and then I would have had a shot. So that's not going to work. Let's grab some to drink. Oh, and not quite in the good news I can announce yet, but I have some cool things stirring in the ether, so I'm hoping I could have some interesting and fun announcements soon. The video that got dropped today hopefully is a bit of a sign of that, although it's not necessarily going to be specifically that. No, that one I can tell you is probably not happening for a while. Their official CC program's in a bit of a mess for people that are trying to get in it that are new. So... but that's not all that's happening, so... and to be fair, there's better things than just official CC, so... yeah, we'll find something. I'm working on something that would end up being better, in my opinion, so... well, they talked somebody was talking about something like double super secret probation, but they were actually an alien, so I was kind of worried about the play on probe, so I decided to decline that one. Yeah, it'll be kind of cool if it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. I will ask, though, what those of you guys that actually checked out the video that I dropped today, what do you think of that in general? Because I certainly have my opinions on it. I'm just kind of curious what you guys thought of it all. Because I did not edit that one. Hey, James, how you doing? Yeah, it's eventually going to be Hydra. I just need to do some live arena stuff first while it's open and I have time. Who don't I want to deal with on this team? You, actually. Yay, it's a bot account. Because if it's not a bot account, they're not banning Kale out of everybody in this particular thing. Alright, do I think I can kill Deacon? Not quite. I appreciate it, James. Alrighty. But yes, I will apologize. Avert your eyes. This is not only live arena, this is free-to-play, low-level live arena. It's about as bad as it's going to get. That's why I saved the monkey, because I like the monkey. Oh, I locked her out. That's right. Yay, we got our win. That's good. This chest has been huge, by the way. The fact that I've been able to get 5 and 6... I've been able to get 6-star epic gear from this chest on this account is amazing. And you can get a legendary book from this. That's pretty awesome. I'd like to think that, but it's actually pretty horrible. Because what you have is you have a bunch of people that have either not played or just not played live arena in ages. And so you end up with, like I said, one of the previous fights I had a mythical I had to ban. I have actually seen people with +4 champions on their account that have 5 and 6-star souls. Oh, Dr. Matt, I know we were talking about maybe doing the Hydra thing tonight. Do you absolutely need that tonight? I mean, you probably do, because you probably need the keys. If not, maybe we could schedule that for like the thing on Thursday. I'm flexible though. Yeah, I mean, there's the mission that requires you to play it for once you're high enough level, so it's out there. I don't mind live arena. I need to pick a champion. It is a little slow, yes. Oh, I feel bad for this poor guy. I fought him 3 times in a row last night, and once I figured out how to beat him, I can beat him, and he just can't deal with it. And I think the answer was I needed to ban his Alice. I'm trying to remember if I ban his Alice or his monkey. I think it's probably the monkey. Oh, he sped up his Alice. I think we're going to heal up because I don't want to die. Hey, Ming, how you doing? Yeah, we can do that. All right, so he's figured... Okay, so maybe it was Alice I needed to get rid of then. But let's just see if I can cancel and go back to history. Yeah, I was banning his Alice every time. That's what it was. His Alice hits really hard. So... Once I learned to ban his Alice, I just hit him a couple times. But yeah, we can certainly poke at some ideas. And if you want to, I obviously don't know where your silver is, but Matt, if you want to actually schedule maybe a full Hydra takeover, that might be the best way to go, is one of these things where instead of just like, these are some team ideas, let's go, we do the full pay to takeover experience where I basically build you 3 Hydra teams from the ground up. The only thing you're going to need is silver at that point in time, which of course I know you never have, but you know, just a thought. Because I think that might be the other missing piece, is I can put these teams together as these seem like they're good. Hello, Mr. Pogo Pink Tie. How are you doing, my friend? Much love. Chat on Twitch, go check out Pogo Pink Tie. He is one of the content creators. He is an awesome, awesome dude. He's doing the Hell Hades free-to-play challenge. He had a score of 420 at one point in time, and it was awesome, and it was definitely 100% intentional, but it was still awesome. So how are you doing, my friend? How is your free-to-play going? That's a Loki. Yeah, I think I actually preferred taking Geo over Kale, as much as Kale is nice for the extra nukage. Ah, no worries. He may pop in back in later, and if not, no big deal. We love him anyway. He is awesome. And to be fair, knowing Pogo, that could have easily been having to go help his wife with a bag of weed. So, you know, that's fine too. Ah, yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right, this is going to be an interesting fight. Who don't I want to deal with this fight? I think I don't want to deal with... I actually don't want to deal with you, but you're the one that actually looks like you might hit hard. All right, and good. You are a bot, so that's good. And they are slow. That is also good. And they have been decreased defensed. And you should be able to kill him, which we are in great shape now. And now we've won this fight because he has no damage. Man, does Alice hit absolutely hard. I love the fact that Alice hits so hard. Yep. I did notice that. Which again indicates it was probably a bot account in the first place. But once they banned my starter, the first person... Because honestly, very few live arena people will ban Geomancer. And I kind of get it because he's not the most threatening live arena champion. But he's useful. Pogo would be proud, by the way. Ooh, fish. Nice. No worries. We're going to get to you a little later, Dr. Matt. I need to run a Hydra key on this team as well. There we go. Now I can just auto at this point. Not that auto is really going to help that much. That is one thing, too. All these weird names for their bots. I have never seen a bot that has like a player whatever name. It's always been an actual name of some kind. So I wonder if the bots are like copied accounts. Or just, you know, they went in and took a couple of accounts and made the champions for them. Maybe? I don't know. Dude, man! This, unfortunately, is a real person, so I might be host? Oh, good God, this is going to be horrible. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I'm going to be really confused if you have this dude and... Okay. There's a lot of souls there. Oh. Who don't I want to deal with on this team? I think you, actually. Yeah, Live Arena for the really, really early accounts really is an interesting experience. You've got to intercept, but to be fair, I've got champions I've had intercept on at this level of account, so that's not the worst thing in the world. Now, the good news is he doesn't have a reviver that I'm aware of. Unfortunately, Miscreated Monster can actually hit. And if I can't get skills back, it's going to be very hard for me to actually take a turn. Well, if you're playing bots and you're in Bronze 1, it's always the first one. But once you get past the bots, it's not always the first one. Oh, good. You gonna get a turn? You are. Go, Ugo, revive. Yeah, now that I'm in Bronze 2, it's not all bots. In fact, it's 90% not bots, which is why it's been, like, bad. Hey, he finally sleeps. How you doing, my friend? Much, much love. Chat, go check out He Finally Sleeps, another one of the content creators. If somebody could shout him out, I would definitely appreciate it. How was your stream? How is your free-to-play going? Are you suffering through Live Arena? It kind of sucks, doesn't it? There we go. I can shout it up there. There we go. And I can make sure. I don't think I was following you on Twitch. Shame on me. Now I am. Next step, follow you in real life. No. Single and rich, huh? Not if you're playing Raid. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I wish I knew more about the fusion right now, because I would think about pulling on a 1+1 just for the opportunity to see what I could get. I don't know if you saw, but Hell Hades actually hit on the 1+1, got Lady Kimmy, which was who he selected, and then got a Necmo Thar as well. I'm not dealing with this. I don't trust somebody who's got an Odin. Although, to be fair, I probably should have fought him anyway, because it's possible he doesn't know how to use Odin, because I've seen people use Odin as a lead, not realizing it doesn't actually help most people. My luck's been okay. And I say okay, I got a Frozen Banshee early, which was good. Jam PUBG TTV, huh? Yeah, I've been trying to save. Especially because I think it's 2x Voids this weekend. So if I'm not going for the fusion, I'm pulling on 2x Voids because you just can't. That's just too hard to not pull on at this early in the game. I think I might be able to get it. I want to know what it is first so I can at least make a decision of, is it worth pushing myself so hard for? Because if it's a really good fusion, I'm definitely going for it. And if it's not a really good fusion, I'll pass. And then I'll book my Alice, and then I'll start pulling some more shards. To be fair, there's not a lot of champions that are like... Okay, we're probably not going to get the top... We're not going to get the chest, because I'm now at only 2 of these left. I'd like to get this plus... I'd like to get the 50 energy, and then I'm done. Oh, I can't insert ads. Cool. All right. We're looking for you. Which level double ledgers did you get? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's timing is sometimes an issue, and sometimes you just fall into the right time. That's a sill. But that means this is probably a bot account, so... Oh, I would love a Deliana. Deliana can do campaign farming for you, not that you need it with Alice, but that leech is super huge and block debuffs. Deliana will be very good for you in Hydra and is super easy to use. So Deliana is actually a really good early, low investment legendary. I would love a Deliana on this account. Oh, okay, that's less exciting. I mean, still Deliana's not bad, but that is less exciting. All right, I think I'll get rid of you. Well, if you've seen my bells video, on my bells video, you can literally see that I finally, on my 3rd team for hard Hydra, finally stopped using a Deliana because I pulled bells and it was using bells. But that gives you an idea of how long I've been using Deliana on that account, because she's actually really good. Particularly because you have to book her for the 4-turn cooldown on that block debuffs, but if she build her fast enough and you build her with like provoke set or cursed set, she can pretty much keep provoke or cursed out because she's always AoEing, and that always AoE is so huge. Yeah, let's just kill her. Hey, Dunkirk, how you doing? Much love. Welcome, dude.
What you doing?
Thank you for the sub, dude, and glad you loved the Bells vid. It was fun. I think a lot of people overlooked how good Bells is. In fact, it was kind of funny because I don't know if you guys have been following Colred or not, but he pulled a Bells on his video for his main, and he was like, I don't know what this guy's good for. He doesn't seem that great. And I basically congratulated him less than an hour after that video went live and told him how much I really liked him. It was pretty awesome. All right, so I think we are done with live arena here. So we are, by the way, I don't know if you heard about this or not, but this is actually kind of fun. But Queen of Hearts is fighting Team Alice. And we're kicking butt. Now, I don't know how much of this is because they can't get past some of our people. Although, to be fair, Snackbox has got a pretty good defense team right here. Neva's got a pretty nice team. There's the Sato that's not built, but that's amusing. We haven't had anyone try to get past this team yet. Oh. Wow, I did not realize we had somebody on our thing that pulled a Yumiko. That is nuts. Some of these teams are absolutely nuts. But yeah, it is nice to be, we've knocked out almost everything. And part of it, I'm sure, is because, there's Zero Brew. We could beat him up. Yeah, I lost one of my matches, which I felt bad about because I went into it knowing I probably, I was like, yeah, maybe we'll risk this. And I did bad. So, all right, so we're going to hop into Doom Tower and run some Doom Tower keys for now. I will be right back. Let's see. Dr. Matt, you are in charge. And we back. Yeah. Here's the thing, Dunkirk. Carl actually does very well without books. If you're using them in just unless you're using them on Fire Knight. If you're using them on Fire Knight, you want the books. If you're just going to be using him for like the event dungeon, for example, you don't need the books on your Carl. He's fine without them. Hatter gains a lot from the books. Bells needs some of the books to get his cooldowns better and to land all the debuffs on that A3. But honestly, once you get enough books to land that A3 100%, you can probably just give up on extra books for him for the time being. You'll just get longer cooldowns. And Noelle is just kind of are you using her at the moment? If you're not, I'm not using Noelle. Noelle is the best fusion that I'm not using on my main. It's just I haven't been able to find a room for. Yeah, if you're stuck on hard 5, then you'll probably need to book him. And unfortunately for your Carl, you probably need all the books, which is unfortunate. Because you definitely want these 2 books then, because that A1 40% chance, making that a 50% chance is huge. Making this a 100% chance freeze helps, because if it's 75% chance, it means 25% times you don't get a freeze. And making this a 100% freeze is nice as well, because it means you may occasionally use these when you're hitting the Fire Knight rather than this, other than on the shield, ideally, just to make sure you down the shield. All right, so what do we got to do here? Ooh, win campaign battle 7 times. I can do that. Classic Arena. Let's just take a look at what we got in Classic Arena. Nada, nothing, 0, and zilch. Okay. We can take a look at this. Was there anything else I left? I don't think so. Okay, I can manage this team. That's fine. Oh, man. Oh, well. That was a fast Sargala, though. This one I'm less worried about. Especially because Bowsmith Lannon is there to save the day. I really kind of want to invest in Croydon, but not knowing when I'll be able to get books for him has just made it really hard for me to do that. Yeah, see, the entire game has been laggier since the patch, and I think it's just because they're kind of waiting to roll out the actual update, so I suspect the server is under additional load in the back end that we can't see. And that's not necessarily excusing Polariums for it as much as just admitting that I understand that this can be a problem. Alrighty. Who don't I want to take a turn? You. Now I'll just auto that. That reminds me, I probably should do my Iron Twin stuff on my main and my alt. Because I can. That'll wipe the floor. Yay, I landed decreased defense on Harima. That was actually what I was worried about the most. I just have all three of them up all the time, so I have let them slack a little bit, which is part of why like I've had to pull shards for everything, because I was like getting kind of passive for some stuff. But I just finished Dungeon Divers on both of them today. I'm debating whether or not I want to go for the crystals on those 2 counts. I'm not doing them on the free to play because it's going to take so much energy, and the energy's better spent on investing in champion training, in my opinion. So, no, I do not want to deal with any of those other teams, so we are done there. That does remind me, however, grab you. I'm almost done grabbing both of you guys, and then I'll be happy. Yep, just need 2 more of those, and that'll be good. I've got 20 fragments for Quintus. I won't have him by the time this is over, but I do have 20 fragments for him, so that's cool. But yeah, these are both 50 points of champion chase each. So for that alone, they're worthwhile. To be fair, there's my rare orc if I'm absolutely desperate. But, you know, let's not do that if we can avoid it. Ascend a piece of gear one time. I've got something I wanted to ascend, and I think it ended up on... Did it end up on you? Yeah, it ended up on you. Is that the one I really want to ascend? Oh, that's Geomancer. Okay. That's still a good chest. I need a better banner for Alice, by the way. This is entirely on her because it has speed. It's really all it does. I even rolled it up to +8 because I figured maybe I'd get a speed hit or 2, and that's it. You know, that's not super exciting. I wish that was crit damage. None of these rings are super exciting, but at least this is pinpoint to give me the double pinpoint, which is a ton of extra speed. And this would have been a 3rd pinpoint, which gives me a little more accuracy, but I won't need that in a few minutes. So... That's right, ascend a piece of gear. So Kale's got the really, really good that. He's got a pretty good speed boots as well. Are these boots any good? Not really. Those are tempting. Oh. Yeah, but that's a top piece. I don't want to... actually, you know what? Ascending a top piece is not the worst thing in the world. Attack, please? Okay. Alrighty. Awesome, Dr. Matt. Alright. Speed... faction suit. Okay, that's easy. Oh, I know what I can do. There is an orc in here, isn't there? There he is. Thank you. Always a 1-star. I don't want to use him as a 1-star. Actually, that's still fine. Train you up and train... Who else? We'll grab you. All right, so let's do 10 quick runs of this to get both the dailies done as well as get these guys up to level 20. Actually, let's not even do that. Actually, that's fine. We can go to level 20. That's fine. You don't get a lot of it. Well, you get a decent amount of XP from Faction Wars, so maybe I'll take them to like 18. Oh, is there a corrupted dragon starting tomorrow? That's not... Oh, that's right, because it's a Mad Hatter thing. That makes sense for the corrupted only. Corrupted only one is not too hard for dragon, actually, though. In fact, I think my alt's dragon team is functional on that almost entirely. I think the only champion that doesn't work on that team is Seer, unfortunately. But if I pull Seer out of that team, it'll work just fine. But dragons at least is fairly easy. The good news is that Mithrala is amazing against the dragon. So Mithrala is a good option. Hey, Fastabombs Gaming, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Glad you were able to hop on and say hi. I appreciate you enjoying my content. It is always fun to see people that are enjoying my stuff. And I appreciate the positive feedback. It's very encouraging. All right, so if we try some of this shenanigans again, let's see what happens. I need you. I need you. Yes, 250 points. I know I missed some points in the previous Dungeon Diver, so I think that was like 70 points. I know, right? I keep on trying. But one of these days. And to be fair, I've actually said I'm open to sponsorships on that. If I actually got a beverage sponsor of some kind, I would totally swap them in. And I say that as much as I say that joking, and people are like, huh, how can you be disloyal to Pepsi? I actually have been interested in getting sponsored by like Madrinas would be one I'd actually been dealing with because I love their stuff. I use Madrinas a lot. And so that would actually be kind of a fun sponsorship for me. Something I actually use. Obviously, Pepsi would be great, but I don't really expect Pepsi. But it's a fun meme. I enjoy it. And I'm glad you guys enjoy it too. Yes, she is. That's how I learned that I like the Madrina stuff in the first place. All right, everybody, wake up. All right, let's see. Can we do this? Get that increase attack. Get that AoE going. Get a real AoE going. Maybe? Provoke. That's probably not the smartest move, but I've seen worse. Oh, good, you're veiled. Am I going to get away with this? Really? That's awesome. You know, it's worth manualing the first time for 3 stars if I can manage to do it. That is absolutely awesome. Yeah, I mean, if pulling a weight is, you know, being a target, yeah. Okay, I believe here might be where we end this streak of being able to 3-star everything. Which is fine. Down goes one of the revivers. Not that healing is going to help much. You know what? Let's get this up now because that will actually be helpful later. Oh, good. He didn't break through the shield. Alrighty. Well, every Saturday, aka CatHerder, I do stream. Generally, I've only been doing it on Twitch, but we're certainly trying to do it on some of the YouTube stuff. And I do takeovers for free then. So if you're available on Saturday and don't mind hopping over to the Twitches, there's a link down below, I believe, to my Twitch stream, so you can certainly follow me on there. And usually from like 11 to 3 on U.S. Central Time, I do takeovers and we have fun. I might start doing it on YouTube as well, but even if I start doing it on YouTube, there's a good chance that it may be you have to be on Twitch to actually join the queue just because of reasons. I may need to find a new queue too, because if I don't have to use stream elements anymore, I'd be unhappy. Welcome back from dinner. We missed you. Maybe. Yeah, go ahead. Lock Warboy out. His one skill. Awesome. Yeah, I've got a queue that happens. So what happens is when you're when I've got that running, you just have to join the queue. It's !Q space join. And that gets you into the queue for takeovers. And I pretty much just go through the queue and do takeovers. And we have fun because fun is always mandatory on these channels, especially when I live stream. If you are not having fun, you are not welcome. Or something like that. Yeah, let's get everybody awake. And I should have all of my skills going into the final round. So we got a shot. We have an outside shot of actually pulling off this one as well. But I'm pretty sure this is where it ends as far as these 3-star floors for the orcs. At least with a low 2-star war boy. You'd send it directly to Discord. So if you join my Discord, when it's time, you would then hit me up directly in Discord and message it directly to me through Discord. And that's because I do not trust passing it through Twitch. Twitch doesn't want you to do it either. Twitch actually actively says, don't send passwords through Twitch. So that's, in some ways, that's being compliant with them as well. There we go. But yeah, don't do it now. That we would do it later, obviously, because, you know, that makes more sense. And let's go with this. Get that shield up. Good job on the shield. Mildly annoying, but honestly, I was kind of expecting that anyway. Okay, that's not going to kill everyone, I don't think. Perfect. That doesn't think it could kill everyone either. I will kill one of you guys. Now I can revive. Now I can hit you. That's not quite going to do it. There we go. The power of manual. And you see, we've actually managed to get Warboy up to 19, so I've saved myself an entire run of brutal campaign, possibly for Warboy, just by throwing him in here. There we go. Let's get rid of... You actually have an AoE. You're painful. Nope, you're going to get your AoE off. That's fine. Okay, we may actually have a... This may be the first actual problem. Well, it could be worse, Dr. Matt. We have... I think the high up here was 7 and not Celsius. I haven't even looked at it, David. So, oh, that's right. I have looked at that one. Yes, you're right. I think it's not even off to a good start. We had a bunch of people that didn't pull their defenses so we could set conditions, which is one of the things we kept screaming on in chat. And to be fair, I've actually talked to one of the guys I got to do it so I could get something out there, literally says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't check chat most of the time." And I was like, dude, really? But they need to change it so that the posts just get changed. It's annoying. And that's not entirely their fault either. So you're in Connecticut? Yeah, I'm in Minneapolis area. So it is definitely cold in Minneapolis. And I think, can I kill you? Be nice. Oh, I need to get rid of you. Oh, good. You didn't actually do your thing. Well, I think we need to give them some warning first, where we simply say, look, you need to pull, if you've got a post and you don't pull it, take notes of who has a post that hasn't pulled it right now. So in fact, do it now where you take note of everybody who has a post that hasn't actually pulled it. Tell them, hey, everyone who didn't actually set a condition on their post, you're on notice. If that happens again next week, then we start kicking people. And obviously you can certainly, partially deal with that based off of Hydra stuff too, because I'm sure some people that are not doing that are also the ones that are probably not doing the big Hydra stuff. But that way, yeah, we're not like kicking somebody. It's like, what do you mean this is not the... It's like, especially if they weren't actively checking stuff, though. It's just, they really need to start checking stuff. All right, I need to get rid of that Grinner, because he's a terrible reviver, but he is a reviver. It's so funny that Tagore actually hits as hard as he does. Okay, let's get you going. Probably. But if people are in public chat, the moment something in public chat happens, the permanent chat just goes away. And if they're never in clan chat, they don't see the permanent chat anyway, which is a problem that Raid has more than anything else. Although, to be fair, I've also played games like King Arthur, and King Arthur's chat system was worse than Raid's, and I didn't think that was possible. And obviously I don't have, particularly high opinion of Raid's one either, but King Arthur's literally won't let you sit in clan chat permanently. so you can avoid the regular chat, and the global chats are literally unused by anybody other than bots, and the bots will impersonate the system admin and they do nothing about it. All right, get on up. I don't think I'm going to be able to beat this team at all. Well, there's plenty of games that are worse at raid at some stuff, but the fact that they're worse at raid at the chat, which is one of the things that you think... Well, Nazana's got the ally protection and shield too, but yeah. And what's her name has got the... Let's just say, you're right. Let's just start working on actual champions that are doing something, because Nazana's just mostly tanking. So if I can get rid of people that are doing something, that'll help. There we go. Elect for the win. And actually, I don't want him to die with that revive on death, so let's not, if we can avoid it. That's fine. I think Godforge is going to have the same problem that a lot of other raid and other raid competitors are always going to have with raid, is that there are a lot of people that have played raid for 4, 5, 6 years and invested a lot of money, and they're going to need to find ways to incentivize people to leave for Godforge. That doesn't mean I don't think Godforge can do it. I also think that there's room for plenty of people, just like I'm currently playing multiple accounts. What would probably happen is if I were to move to Godforge, I would probably park one of my accounts if I wanted to focus on Godforge more, because I certainly can't necessarily play 2 raid accounts and a Godforge account at the same time. That's kind of nuts. But I mean, some people have plenty of time too. Obviously, as a content creator, in the moment somebody who's not working anywhere else, I've got a lot of time. So I actually did play King Arthur for a while. In fact, I only quit when the free-to-play started. But I was kind of like running out of steam for that, just because I don't mind King Arthur. King Arthur's got some good quality of life improvements over Raid, but there's things that King Arthur does that are explicitly worse than Raid as well. And I just, at some point in time, I just, I'm done. Yeah, that's a lot of it. A lot of people are so invested in Raid, it's going to be very hard for them to walk away. At the same time, I think that there's a decent amount of people that will be open to it. And if Godforge knows what they're doing and manages to do it fairly well, they could manage to pry some people away from Raid. The biggest problem is, even with like King Arthur, which is one of the ones that a lot of people talk about as a good competitor, I have not seen any game that has managed to combine, managed to include both quality of life improvements for the general life of the game, as well as the same compelling gameplay that Raid has done. They've managed to get one mostly right or the other mostly right. And then the third thing that Raid has going for it that most games like that don't, and I think Godforge is aiming to have like 200 champs to start with, so it may actually help. But the number of champs that we have available in Raid is part of the reason Raid is actually interesting. And it's because Raid actually, because of that, and because of that extra set of champions, one of the fun things that Raid does better than any other game in the genre is every account that you start, and yay, we got the 3 stars as well. Let's go. That is awesome. Oh, I was going to check. Do I have anything dropping? Yes, I've got a rare book. Woohoo! There's some silver. There's some energy. There's that. There's some shards. That's a 3-star chicken. Yeah, that's the other thing that King Arthur had complexity to it, which was good. But I think King Arthur started with just a little bit too much complexity rather than, letting the game kind of mature a little bit before it added some of the extra layers it already kind of had in there. And as a result, I think it became a combination of weirdly overwhelming for people, but also giving, if you do too much for how to invest in the game, you can get analysis paralysis. And I mean, even Raid suffers from some of that. That's actually why a lot of people struggle in the early game, is if you don't pick a direction and run with it and just realize that you can't necessarily pick a 100% wrong direction, you'll just pick a less right direction. You can really, really lock yourself in analysis paralysis in Raid. All right. Let's see here. Craft an epic or legendary thing. That's fine. That's not a keeper. That's not a keeper. That's a keeper. That's a keeper. That is not a keeper for a 4-star. In that set, that's a keeper. That's definitely a keeper. That's not a keeper in that set. That's flat attack. I don't like that. Okay. Alrighty, so we know what we need to do because that's what I put on the thumbnail. We are going to run some Hydra on the free to play because I am a cruel and unusual person and I'm going to make you guys watch this or something like that. Um, hmm. I think I'm going to do that. Oh, I don't mind Hydra. I know a lot of people don't. Okay, I need to hold on to that for a minute. There we go. That's going to get cleansed. I didn't get the cleanse. That's annoying. I was really... Oh, there's no poison cloud out here. I didn't have to save the burn. Well, I did have to save the burn, but not is the same reasons I might have thought I needed to save the burn. Hello, bandits. Jason Hydra? Yeah. You want to play some Hydra? Said Hydra content, I'm all for it. Just not with you holding me. All right, so I can actually burn you. Oh, come on, land the burn. Let's get the resurrected. In fact, I'm going to restart this because I didn't realize that there's a couple things I didn't realize. So, all right. All right, let's get that out there. Now I'm going to hit you with this decreased defense. Going to save the burns. We'll hit you. And yeah, let's... Here you go, Bandit. Okay, that's kind of good. Get burns on you. There we go. That's what I was looking for. That will progress my damage tremendously. And then we got all these buffs stolen, and now I can heal a bunch of people. And now I can get decreased speed out. And nope. Oh, that's right. I still don't have Hex on him. The top chest is 6.66 million. But I'm not looking for top chest. I'm looking for a chest, which is 1.5 million. Ugh. You're a hairy beast, Bandit. I know. I don't think I'm going to hit it. But because I really need to try to hit 1.5 million on this key if I can do it. Okay. No worries. Go enjoy yourself. Have some fun. I appreciate you stopping by. All right, so is there anybody better than... Bowsmith was still doing some good work. Let's go check his gear, though. I need to upgrade some of this anyway, so let's get him just a little bit more HP and defense. I'm curious if I have a better shield. I might have a better shield now. It does need to be this set, though. Okay, so what do we got here? That's got some accuracy. That's got some speed. That's a 3-star. That needs to go away. I don't want to give up the accuracy. So let's see what happens. That's still got the defense percent, so I lose out on defense for other stuff. That's still worth rolling. I'll do one more upgrade on that. Not that I should be maxing out a lot of 4-star gear, but that's actually a pretty solid rolling thing for him specifically. And I don't want to hit you, so hit you. Okay, so good news is Monkey should be coming up shortly to do a bunch of strippage. We're going to have to revive. Wow, okay. That's nice. Let's try hit you still. No, it's going to be out tomorrow sometime probably. And that's why they actually did a warning for it. Yeah, I mean, the part of the problem with Hydra Clash is it basically people that want it used to be if you wanted to skip Hydra, the only people you were really hurting were yourself. Let's get the shield up. See if you can like prevent people from dying. Now, if you don't do Hydra, you're hurting your entire clan, which means you can't take a week off like you used to be able to. There we go. Oh, I like having the stuff in the game. It's, you know, it's one of these things that I kind of get it from both angles. Okay, I should have taken that 1.4 million key. Okay, this song can go away. Go back. That's really annoying. Perfect. That was super useful. The ally attack burst's been undone. That was already fixed. One thing. I think they fixed it last patch. Yeah, new heads I think are what they need new heads to give this more interesting stuff than anything else. Do something different. All right. Yeah, but yeah, there were supposed to be new heads years ago, and for some reason it never manifested. Well, actually, I know part of the reason it never. Wow, that didn't land. Well, part of the reason I think they got scrapped was because of the war. Yeah, and they've talked about Hydra not being done, so there's more stuff they're doing in Hydra, but they do need to kind of do it at some point. Hey, Fox Mode, how you doing? Okay, almost got everything. We didn't get that. That's annoying. Don't need. I mean, I need the heal, but I don't need it as badly anymore. Hugo, I would really, really love it if you would actually land that stupid leech you're supposed to be able to land. Well, Mordecai's straight up better for this because Mordecai's got the AoE burn. Of course, I also don't have my stuff booked either. That'll help a bit. You know what? Part of me wants to trigger this thing, so let's trigger it. Perfect. Yeah, trigger. Well, I got block buffs on him, and I took away his decreased attack. Okay, let's swap that. In fact, if I think about this right, I should do that. All right, let's land some debuffs, folks. Alice, good person to tag along for that. I still am thinking I might 6-star him. It's kind of like on the hit or miss things to do. It's going to depend on what other champions end up on my account, but right now he's in the mix of being not the next 6-star because that's probably Ugo. But he's in the mix of somebody that may get 6-starred in this account because he's doing an awful lot. Yeah, I mean, he's probably going to never leave my Fire Knight team anytime soon, even unless I get a better champion for Fire Knight specifically. It's unfortunate. That's still the best key I've had in a while. Let's go one more time. I want to get to that one. I got a 1.4 million key, which was not great, but it might have been good enough or something. By the way, someone shout out Fox Mode if you haven't already. He is a YouTube streamer and, well, at least a Twitch streamer as well. One of the other content creators. Good dude. We're hoping to do a collaboration at some point in time. I have been super busy this week, so awesome. I can't see all the shout outs sometimes with this new double setup, so I appreciate it, David. You're awesome. I take back about half the things I've said about you. I just won't tell you which half. Sounds like a plan. All right, so what I want to do, I actually need to... Okay, let's take a quick break from that. Check out regular arena, because I do need to check that out regularly. That is a lone Usurga. I think I could do that. Hey, she's not in stone skin. That would have been annoying. Alice nukes. As I've got her built. Geo's HP burn mitigates any damage. The moment it's out there, all damage becomes 15% mitigated. It doesn't have to be the person that's actually being hit. So that's why it doesn't go on Wrath, because Wrath also has the lower HP. So you're better off doing it for other stuff. Hey, JKG, how you doing? Folks, check out him. He's another wonderful streamer as well, and another one of the raid content creators. Okay. All right. I may have to look for a different mix at some point, but this is the mix we have now. All right, let's go take a look. We were actually going to ask, somebody asked about Geo. I wanted to mention it, and Geo. There we go. Decrease the damage all allies receive by 15%. Stop. And deflects that damage onto each enemy under HP burn. So it doesn't matter who has the HP burn, you get that 15% damage reduction once it's out. All right, let's try something slightly different. Let's just bring Kale in there to bring just a little bit more damage. It's unfortunate that I got Brimstone on you. Well, I understand why you might have thought that. And to be fair, Polarium's not always the best at actually describing their skills properly. Hey, Auntie, how you doing? Yep, let's not die. Now I can get this out, and let's go for you. Yeah, I think, though, it's on a better on this head, because this head can actually take more damage with Giant Slayer and other stuff. Okay, we got some poisons out. Poisons don't suck. Now I give up the ally attack, and I gave up the AoE slow with Flannan, but I gained some damage with Kale, and now we're dead. Well, I got a 1.4 million earlier as the first key I got, and I figured, oh, it's so close, maybe I can get the 1.6. Nope. I haven't been able to get close since. Yeah, Polarium does some things well, and honestly, they've certainly done better of late. But some of their champion descriptions are just their skill descriptions. Oh yeah, Warboy was the absolute star of that show. That it got me a bunch of stars in Orcs. There's some healing. That's good. Let's do more healing. And you nailed the burn. Is it out here? It's 7 here, so we're getting warm weather soon. Yay! Yeah, we're supposed to get that weather tomorrow. See, here's the one trick I have to worry about, is do I go with... In fact, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with the shield right now, because if it keeps these guys alive, then I don't need the revive later on. And so far, that was the right way to go. Hey, look at that. We got the right burn. We still lost Kale. That's fine. But we actually got some burns out. And we've got some of the block debuffs up. I really need a 6-star Ugo, though. Brimstone on him's not bad. Okay, we're keeping this one. Yay, keep. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Hey, we got the provoke. Hey, we're dead. Almost. You show him, planning. Thank you. Oh, actually... Darn it. I was actually hoping to get her to turn because she's got HP burn. That's fine. Woohoo! Fear me and those 2 keys that were less than 100,000 each. What do we got here? The daily login. Ooh, gems. That's pretty. How far away from the Alice stuff? I'm going to run a quick ad and I will be right back. Dr. Mag, you are in charge. And we're back. So we are getting close to getting that 5th star. That'll be very fun to have. All right, more classic arena quickly. Dump anything in tag. Go. There we go. That felt good. This will be another one that should be able to do. Yeah, I got one of mine on day one. The day the souls opened up, there was one in the shop for Ugo, and it was absolutely an instant snag. All right, so cool. We're not actually hurting on anything. So, ooh, that's an epic book. I'm actually going to give this a try. I don't think this is going to work, but we're going to try. I suspect that even if I get to the boss, I'm going to get absolutely mauled by the boss. Yep, Warboy is not going to stay alive. Yeah, I've got everybody's ascended for the most part. In fact, Alice has already got the 6-star ascension because I got a banner that gave her something. I almost didn't, but it also gives you points in the champion training tournament, so it was an easy choice. Let's see. Yeah, you see, I've got a 4-star blessing on my Galek. And so I've made him 4 stars, and he'll probably be a 5. He'll probably end up being a 5-star for a while because the fact that I've got 4-star blessing on him just makes him absolutely amazing. Might have just been okay, but it's one of these things that I got Tagore, then I got Jorg, then I got Trumbor. So that was 3 epics without needing to invest much. And then I got a 4-star Soulful Galek, which meant I needed to make him a 4-star minimum anyway. But it suddenly became, let's build this and see. Yeah, that I will. Yeah, I will take a 4-star blessing for a starter over a sorceress. In fact, I think I have a sorceress soul, and I think I've already sold it. Now this one's tricky because I want to kill that soul dude. I want to kill this dude last if I can. Or maybe not. Okay, no, I can't even get through this. I know I'm gonna get those bombs are gonna kill me. That's I know who you're talking about. That is because there's a couple of them that look like that. You've got Graybeard, who's kind of similar. You've got Grappler, who's kind of similar. Obviously, you got Gnarlhorn. Is it Blood Painter? Maybe it's Blood Painter. If it's a soul, it's one of those 3. Maybe Bloodhorn? Probably not. Okay. You know, I listened to this music and I'd not heard some of the weird stuff I've heard this time. It sounded good last time, so who knows? All right. So, anything else I need to do? Yeah, I mean, it all depends on who you're looking for. Obviously, I've got Warboy, and that solves all of my orc problems forever and ever. Who are the people on Rate Up? Ooh, Podreg, Stock the Broken. I would love either of those 2. Those would be awesome. Elva would be absolutely amazing on this account, too. Why there wouldn't suck. Lady of Areth would, yeah. If I'm gonna pull, I'm pulling tomorrow. So I'm gonna wait to see what we've got today. Hopefully tomorrow we'll actually get notice on what's going on for the fusion. We haven't gotten the fusion prep yet, so I don't think we're gonna get that until Thursday, because that would take it Thursday through Sunday, and then the fusion will start on Monday, is what I'm suspecting we're gonna have. Yeah, the best champions you want are champions that have AoEs if they can. And most uncommons, you're right, are just kind of trash. There's very few uncommons that are actually usable. I mean, I will have Morag at some point in time. I've got her hanging out there. That she wouldn't be bad to build. And Dwarf is the other one. I've actually got an okay on Dwarves, and that's all Geomancer. Because it's certainly not Filesha, because I've got a soul for Filesha now. I do. So what do I want? She's got a 4-turn AoE. So cruelty would be interesting for her. She doesn't have a nose. Oh, she does have a nose. Just doesn't look like she has a nose. Phantom Touch wouldn't suck, particularly because she is a Fire Knight champion and she's a nuker. I think we're going to go to Phantom Touch. The only reason to hold off on that, Migs, is if you go in the missions, I think it is far enough away that maybe it's not a problem. But eventually you get to these missions here. Here we go. Ascend a champion, spend a spirit-based champion to level 6. But then again, this is already after the level 9 affinity bonus. So it's so far off, you're probably going to have to build another one anyway. So don't put her off just for that. Yeah, I agree. Loki is one of those, he's good enough as a 5-star to do what he needs to do. Other than it would be nice to get him an accuracy banner, but until you have an accuracy banner for him, it's not worth 6-starring him. And yeah, he's just kind of okay for the challenge. All right, so I'm actually kind of interested to see how far I can push this up. Obviously, I'm not going to get more than just 1 star, but we can certainly try to get more than 1 star. I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. The good thing that Loki does do, if you are, especially on offense, is he's actually a really good arena champion. But again, especially on offense, is the big problem there. Not really, unless you're struggling to do enough crit damage on him. It might help a little bit if you're not maxing it out, if you're using like somebody that really can do damage. But it's probably not the best thing. Hey, Jonathan H., thanks for the YouTube sub. Welcome, welcome. The video is doing pretty good. Wonder if the thumbnail's helping. Either that or maybe the fact that I kind of hinted that maybe I pulled a mythical on this account. At least enough to have people question it. Must be nice, dude. Let's go. I don't want to deal with you. I should have stolen it from you. That's fine. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this. I'm trying to figure out. I need to get rid of Bellower. Bellower just hits too hard. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for this fusion for this free to play. Honestly, if the fusion is skippable on one of my other two accounts, that would be even better because then I can just literally kind of ignore that account for a little while. I have spent some energy in the event dungeon because I'm farming event dungeon 16, however. Okay, I didn't, and I think we're going to lose here, I think. And those bombs are going to be it, aren't they? Yep, that's fine. No, I have focused on the only time I've focused on dungeons, like focused, hardcore focused, has been when there's been missions to do it or it made sense from a reward perspective. I do need to do 3 of these, so in fact I'll do these, and I'll probably do double on both of them just because, you know. Awesome. It really depends on the events. If you did the Header fusion, it's been worth going for the Titan event because the Header's an amazing champion. And the level, and at least going for the Cat's Gaze, because the Cat's Gaze is an amazing artifact. In fact, that's part of the reason that my Alice hits so hard, is she's got a Cat's Gaze on her. Wow, I didn't actually kill you. Well, my personal best ever in Hydra was with Mad Hatter, with no soul. So getting a 5-star soul on the Mad Hatter will only improve that team by quite a bit. Although, to be fair, I also now have Cat's Gaze on Toshiro, so I get to compare the Cat's Gaze on Toshiro versus the one that's the debuff ramp-up one. Cruelty's not bad, because he does attack everybody at some of those things. Spirit Host is not, or Spirit Change is not a bad one as well. That actually does help in Hydra. The Life Harvest is okay if you're going to use them in Arena, but probably not right for him. There we go. That, it's got speed on it. I keep things that have speed on them. This is not great, so. But if we were to go, I mean, Lightning Cage doesn't suck because he does buff increased duration of buffs, so that would help with him slightly just doing more damage and other stuff. Intimidating Presence isn't horrible for him. Cruelty seems like a good option. Temporal Change doesn't seem too bad for him. Life Harvest could certainly be interesting. Polymorph could be fun in Arena, obviously not going to be helpful. Brimstone's not bad either. Actually, Brimstone's a decent option, especially at a 5-star rate. Brimstone is actually, as a 5-star rate, Brimstone 5-star becomes unremovable. So that could be helpful in a lot of areas. Good news, it remembers which one of these I put down as, so it's not going to deal with that again. So we can curate this list a little bit. All right, so Doom Tower is up next. We should be able to. I had asked you whether or not you wanted to wait and do the full paid takeover and just have me rebuild your teams entirely, or you want to just have me give advice again for a little while, because I think the paid takeover is probably what's probably needed for you at this point, because I think I've looked at your teams every other week for the past month and a half. So at some point in time, me staring at your champions and putting them in a row isn't going to get them built. But I'm certainly willing to look to do it, so I'm not saying I won't. But if you want me to, I can hop on now. Now is actually as good a time as any. Oops. Okay. Well, that's your fault. But that's fine. I'll take a look at it. I'll hop on in just a minute. That could be too. Alrighty. Checking the market quickly on the other two accounts. Get Doom Tower climbing going. Well, we can certainly look and see what we can do to make them more comprehensive as a team. I know you recently got a Christmas tree, so that'll help. Okay. Hey, if you're not playing hardcore, you know, are you even playing? No, it's fine. All right, so let's go back to Faction Wars, and I want to see if I can auto level 13 for the orcs. All right, so we need to do this. Alrighty, I need to add you because I don't have you on here yet. So, oh, you know, it would actually help if I told these guys to like go. Go, get them, boys. Alrighty. Yeah, I know some people did that too. The I think Zero Brew did that, and it kind of paid off. But I don't think it's obviously a big gamble. If you're competing with folks, I can kind of get some of that risky behavior. If you're trying to just build the account to be the best account it can be, you don't want to risk it at all. I'm kind of towing the line just a little bit. Some of it is because I do like to take risks occasionally because when they pay off, that's often fun. But I'm not necessarily in the absolutely everything before the competition scenario either. Yeah, I think I know somebody got a Morag doing it, which was like a kick in the nuts, really. I mean, to be fair, you could do worse than building a second Morag, but you're not going to build one on that account. Alrighty. It is in the process of launching. At some point in time, it will actually launch, and I will be not there. We go. Welcome to Dr. Matt's account. Tired of free to play? Well, here's tired of free to play for you too. Wait, let me claim stuff. Doing dailies for you. Anything exciting in here? No, maybe. I mean, that's mildly tempting. A second Star Soul for, well, that gives her attack. That's not that great. Yeah, I've definitely gained some new followers for the free-to-play competition. Again, we've also been, I don't know if you missed or not, but I kind of semi-announced that there's going to be news sometime in the next week or so about the channel. So I'm looking forward to it, but I got to hack it out first before I make any announcements. Okay. Some of this stuff is weird. Alrighty, let's see. What do we got here? You deleted all the team setups. How could you do that? That's fine. Alrighty. So Cardiel, good lead for one of the teams. Aphidus is not bad. I don't know which team he's good for, but you got a Thor. Thor is really good. I like Mikage. Here's the big problem with this sort is there's no good way to look at like block debuff champions, for example. Don't you have a Christmas tree here somewhere? I swore, yes you do. Okay. Christmas tree goes up here. Christmas tree's a block debuff champion, isn't he? Yes. The block buff, I should say. I know, but we can certainly look at which champions are going to be the best to build in general, and then you can certainly build them. Oh, you got a Cheshire. Ooh. Yeah, I was looking for other stuff, though, too. I'm just trying to think. You don't have a Necmo, do you? You got an Ostrid, though. Where's Ostrid? Perfect. Okay. So decrease the speed, increase attack, weaken. So the extra buffs and the ally attack. And a ton of A1 damage. We need somebody to deal with the fears. You said you had a +4 Ugo around here somewhere. That's a good one, too. So we got the fears, a little bit of cleansing. The two of these combined bring some healing. Mikage brings some damage. Cheshire brings some damage. We can throw a Shamail in here. I don't know if that's your best Shamail or not, but he's the Shamail we have. Oh, there's the best Shamail. So fears are dealt with. We need a Provoker. And you don't have a Reviver. And you don't have a lot of damage outside of... some of that. Yeah, Molly's a decent Provoker. I'm just trying to think who else you have that would work. Molly's probably the one in this team, though. And we just don't have a ton of damage, but you got a bunch of turn meter happening, so it's not bad. Well, this rotation is very mediocre. This rotation is even every affinity. So And Molly's good any rotation because she places her provoke, so she doesn't actually have to attack with it anyway. So even in a bad affinity situation, she's still good. You got a Krisk. We don't have decreased defense on this team. There we go. Oh, you do have... Yeah, that's right. You do have Ugo. Never mind. You're right. You don't have decreased attack. You don't have Hex on this team either. That may be an Archer. I just remember, what does the Archer do? AoE decrease speed, AoE provoke, AoE Hex. Decrease speed instead. Anvil's turn meter. You might be able to get away without a reviver on this team with the way this is constructed with Archer as well, because you're getting healing from Ostrid's passive. You get the lead. Do you get leech out with Archer? I don't remember. Oh, you get extra heals. Yes. Okay. Yeah, this is an interesting team. You don't have a reviver, so you're taking some risk. You don't have leech, but you have a bunch of healing with a different turn meter here. Yeah. Maybe less Ostrid, more... Yeah, this is a decent with the healing, though. You don't have the reviver, but you have good heals. You've got the decrease attack, or you got the increase attack. You've got the you got the decreased defense. You've got the weaken, because you got the weaken from Ostrid. I like this team. This is not a bad team. See. This team here, he might be kind of good. I'm trying to remember what he does from the... It's not bad. He brings burn, decreased speed. That's a good combination. You've already got the block debuffs here, though. Third team want Rouselvarg. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. This team just seems to fit together mostly all right. I just wish there was a reviver in it. This is probably going to be you and where's Ultimate Galek? So we go over here. He brings Hex and decreased defense. We've got block debuffs. He also does some buff strippage. You bring a bunch of, if I recall correctly, you bring... I think this is the form I want you in. Yes, this is the form I want you in, because the second form is more control, so I never want you to change. All right, so there's some healing with Cardiel. That's got some good damage. We need a healer. Reviver. We don't provoke in there either. Thor, I think, is a good option for this one because that gives us the decreased speed. I kind of regret having Archer in this team because we're going to have double decreased speed. So maybe Archer goes into this team. Which means we now need a little more healing, provoke revival. Bunch of Spanish stuff in this. I don't recall this being a lot of Spanish. Weird. Oh, you know what? I wonder if this is not the same list as the one that they have on Spotify. That wouldn't surprise me. The same people, but... I'm not a huge fan of tuna. Let's see. We're looking for Hex. Maybe some healing. Well, I just want to look. Doesn't he bring something? He brings decreased speed too. Okay. No, we've got block buffs here, we've got block buffs here, we've got block buffs here. So we're actually fine on block buffs. That's not the problem. Mikage will keep whatever buffs we have here up, so that's fine. I almost kind of wish we could get Ninja in this team, but if we get Ninja in this team, we don't have a Provoker. Okay, let's go with Molly in this team, because this Molly will give extra healing because of Ostrad's passive. So that actually does give us some extra healing, amusingly enough, so that's still not bad. So this is a decent team. I wouldn't mind getting Thor in a team with an ally attacker because that means Thor's going to be taking more turns, which means he'll have his extra stuff up a little bit, but I don't need it. Oh, you got a Glycad, okay. That's good. So I want to throw Glycad on that team. Because that gives us another way, that gives us a way to deal with fears on this team. So we're in good shape there, and a reviver. We don't have a healer on this team, though, which is certainly problematic. You have an elf on this team, don't you? On this account, don't you? Somewhere? Okay, Elva's great because that gives us a second increased speed. Although I don't have increased speed up here, do I? There we go. So got fear dealt with, got decreased speed. We don't have any decreased defense or weaken here. Physics, then, actually. I don't have any healing in this team, though. Well, we do have some healing with the leech. Yeah, I'm thinking... I'm trying to figure out where to throw Lydia. Part of the problem is we don't have any healing, and we don't have a lot of provoke in this team. So I need to figure that one out. All right, got an extra Ugo here. That's an option. In fact, that might be a better... might be a better option than Lydia. Which means I can do Lydia up here. So that works. By the way, if you guys have any suggestions for some interesting royalty-free music stuff, especially if they have lists on Amazon Music, let me know. Because this isn't as interesting as I thought it was going to be. I don't hate it. It's not my thing. I tried Stream Beats, and I couldn't... Not only could I not get Stream Beats to work, because Stream Beats is whatever... I'll check them out. But I know Stream Beats has like a plugin that you can use for Twitch, whatever else. I never got the plugin to work properly. And the other problem I had is that, at least that's not a problem anymore, but at the time I was trying to filter for... Oh, that's right, you got a Krisk. I should take some Kenpachi. I'm not used to having a Krisk, so I don't look for him. Where are you? There you are, Turtle. Yeah, Krisk is a good option for this team. So Krisk gives you decreased attack in addition to ally protection. You've got some healing with Ugo. You've also got the leech. You have a revive and Glyciad as well. So you're mostly relying on the leech and occasionally an Ugo cleanse to keep everyone alive. But the buff extension is actually really good with Glyciad as well. And then you've got some buff extension up here, I think. Yes, do you have... Does he bring buff extension or is it debuff removal? He's a debuff extension, and then you don't have any buff extension, I don't think, do you? No. But yeah, overall, these seem to be fairly solid teams. I'm not going to say they're going to be the top teams. Obviously, it's going to require some gear to tweak it a little bit. And, you know, sometimes you need to change things up a bit. But a Cardiel-led team is awesome because you get some extra speed. And he gives you a cleanse. He gives you some solid healing. And he gives you the ally attack. That dude, Ophidius, he gives you some... he gives you a bunch of burns. He's actually a pretty solid damage dealer. He's not like the toppest of tiers, but he does some decent damage on this first form. Feral brings you a bunch of damage bonuses, which are nice. Yeah, I mean, if anything, this team is lacking a little bit of damage unless Cardiel's built for damage. Other than Archer can do some damage, so she's built for damage that's not bad. So, just trying to think what else would we do. I could swap Thor and Ophidius, but Ophidius is a great nuker, and then of course you've got Cardiel doing so. This seems reasonable. You've got just enough damage on all three of these teams to do some decent damage, and you've got multiple damage dealers on each team, even if one of them is, Shamael. As far as where I would use them where, I would try them out and just kind of see which ones tend to work better in Nightmare versus Brutal versus Hard versus Normal, and just kind of see what happens. It's not a bad option. That gives you buff. Well, we lose the buff extension from here, which is actually still helpful, but it's not bad. You're right. So let's try that. Okay, Alva needs to go in the front. Where is Alva again? Why can't I find Alva? There she is. No, I don't want to do that because then we don't have decreased defense. If we slot, Cardiel actually hits fairly hard, so he's some damage. And now that I've taken out some of the damage here, I mean, yes, Cardiel with the cat's probably fine. But now we don't have a buff extension here, but we don't need the buff extension here because we don't have as many important buffs on this team. Other than, obviously, the cat but the cat's going to actually get his veil up all the time anyway, because his A1 gets his veil up, and Cardiel will help with that. Kage helps up here by adding some stuff. But again, we have Ophidius and Bust for damage, other than Archer. And if I put Ninja in here, I'm basically replacing Ophidius with Ninja. And that doesn't mean that's not bad, but if his Ninja is not built for pure damage, Ophidius is going to be better. And if I don't have Lydia on here, there's no decreased defense or weaken, which is a huge problem for this team. No, I don't think it was a bad option. It was worth exploring. And I think I like Mikage in this team a little bit better. Just because Mikage is going to extend some of the buffs here, which means the increased speed is going to stay up as well as the increased attack, and that's huge for the cat. I don't know. I don't know if we have a lot of people not running. We've had a lot of people not running Hydra of late. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah, the problem is that the problem is just making some of them work in the right ways. Because, like, we're missing a little bit of healing and damage. I mean, a Mashald would be an interesting option up here, too. But we just said we really want Cardiel, and Cardiel brings a cleanse. Although we get a cleanse from Elva. That's an interesting thought. Elva. And then... I mean, I could swap Thor up here, which gives us the other stuff with that too. We're missing a healer though, which we don't get the healer. We got the healer in her. We'd lose the ally attacker and a secondary cleanse from Cardiel, but we already have most of those skills from Elva. So we could move to... Who was I looking at? There was somebody I was specifically looking at. You've already got APS. APDS is an AoE burner. And he's a burn igniter too. Oh, yes, I remember. Salad. Because what Salad brings... But you're pretty much going to turn this one off. Salad brings the leech and increased speed and increased crit damage, which is actually pretty solid on everybody. It looks like he needs to be rebuilt, but I'm sure that's going to be the case. He brings the leech, which gives you additional healing on this team, and he brings additional damage, because he can absolutely smack with this, especially when he gets the AoE leech. So you got him smacking, you've got him smacking, although again, he looks like he needs some gear. Lydia... Actually, Lydia's going to smack too. That's kind of interesting. Archer can do some damage. Elva's obviously not doing damage. And Feral then brings a lot of protection. So yeah, I like this. I like this team better as an overall team. Meanwhile, I want you to don't use that. And prioritize that. I want you to lead off with this and never use it again. Same with that skill, because you are all about your A1 under Baal. Oh, and I always tell you to always do that first and then always do that second, because if I don't, it's a problem. Molly generally does the right thing, and so does everybody else. So we're good there. You need to prioritize that. You need to prioritize that. Oh, that's right. Chris brings healing to this team too, doesn't he? So that's good. You are always going to be that, followed by that. Hugo does his thing. Is it only himself? Okay. I mean, that's still better than nothing. But yeah, there you go. I think these are actually pretty solid. Obviously, you're going to need to rebuild some of these champions for this. But I think that Salad gives you a decent amount of, I mean, what's his name? Nacho uses Salad all over the place in his Hydra teams, and he's got some pretty sick Hydra teams. So that's a pretty decent endorsement. It is tasty, isn't it? Yeah, Hatter with Cheshire would be good as well. The biggest problem is that he doesn't have Hatter. He doesn't have Hatter. He actually didn't do the fusion on this account because he was on vacation. Oh, you do have it. That's right. You actually managed to get it in this thing. So yeah, building Hatter will help. I don't know where Hatter goes on this team, just because Ostrate is super important to get the cat's speed up, because the cat does extra damage based on that increased speed. And to be fair, actually, Mashald is pretty solid with an ally attack, because his ally attack A1 becomes a bonus A1 for everything else too. That's actually kind of a shame now we're not using him. No, we're fine. We'll give that a try for now, and we've got some other options if we decide to go with them. So there you go, Dr. Matt. Hopefully that at least gives you something to run for a little bit. All right, let's just go to Hard Doom Tower and run the rest of my Doom Tower keys. Oh, good. I ran stage 13 on my alt without actually having a problem. And apparently I 3-started on auto, too. That's kind of funny. Hmm. All right. Yep. Certainly do the best you can. And the absolute worst case scenario is if for some reason you can't do with you can't get Feral built fully before you run that key, you could certainly probably swap Feral out for, well, he's a block debuff champion, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, certainly work on building some of that stuff at the very least. Ugh. I'm not yawning, you're yawning. Well, fortunately, hopefully the right pots are open, or you can just, make them. But yeah, I ran my Hydra keys. I did pretty good keys, and in fact, as I've had, that's a personal record for me on the Nightmare Hydra. And I think it might be better next week because I now have the Cat's Gaze on Toshiro. I mean, we've got a fairly decent lead, but yeah, there's still a couple keys left to do. So hopefully we can stay in third. Be kind of nice. We're getting mauled in what's it called, Chimera Clash, though. Not as bad as it used to be. All right, let's do. Perfect. I should also check where we are with Siege on the alt. Ooh, we're doing well. That's good. Let me just poke a little Siege on the alt, just because that's some interesting content sometimes. So we are currently winning. We haven't gotten to their. Okay, so what's this? All right, so I have to decide on my main if this summon pool is worth pushing for. And I'm kind of thinking it's not. Because yeah, I'm under 1,000 gems, and while I'm not the gem pack on that, I don't want to do it. And this is obviously this is not the right account, but all right. So grab that. By the way, be aware that this 3-hour one is only a 6-day, so you may even not want to claim it. I wish I knew it was only going to be a 6-day before I claimed it, and I forgot and claimed it again. So. Anything interesting? Ooh, 6-star Shamail Soul. I could actually buy a 6-star Shamail Soul. I don't think I want to, but that's tempting. But I'm sure there's there's a 5-star soul that's going to come up right afterwards that's going to be more interesting for me, so no. All right, got this one done. That's good. Sand Devil, I haven't even touched it on this account, which is probably fine. Fire Knight's done. Perfect. So yeah, we're closing in on finishing this puppy up. Hopefully I don't have to pull shards this weekend, although I've got a decent amount of voids, so if I have to pull voids for this weekend, it'll be fine. Is it that? I don't. Nothing I really need to drag out now, so I'll just go in here and do this while I work on the free to play. Because this is easy. There we go. Alright, so I need to do another Doom Tower quest. I need to fight in Classic Arena. Can we get something interesting in Classic Arena? Alright, let's go! Death to Cold Heart! I'd already gotten those 3 stars, so the fact that it's doing that on... It's funny that it's doing that on full auto on stage 13, but it was already a done deal. This is scary. But yeah, I appreciate it. It's, 39. I've got 39 stars in a faction. That's just absolutely nuts. Dwarves, I think I'm stuck on 10, which is fine. Oh yeah, because I've got a bunch of Dark Elf champions. If I go filter, include Master Vault. So if I look at my Dark Elves, I've got 4 epics, or 3 epics and Kale. And Kale's the 6-star, so that's super easy. And he's actually a reviver. Obviously his gear is really kind of sus, so I need to re-gear him at some point in time. Same with Warden, and probably the same with Spider at some point. The problem is they're not great epics, so it's just kind of, yeah. And if it comes to it, I actually have, a 4-star sniper I can just, bring out there to not die. That's the other one I was doing. There's another one I'm doing really well in. Dark Elf. Sacred Order I'm doing well in because of Alice. Skinwalkers I'm not doing too bad in, despite only having like 2 Skinwalkers. Shadowkin is the rough one. Shadowkin is my absolute roughest one. Because Shadowkin... My Shadowkin champions are... this uncommon and this uncommon that I had to bring up to 4 stars and throw gear on to be able to get through stage 2. It all depends on your team. Juggy, it really does depend. This rotation is not bad. The problem is what happens is people always complain about what rotation is good versus what rotation is bad, not understanding that because of affinities, it could actually really depend on which one's just going to hurt your affinities or hit them better. Come over here. You like being chased? Is that it? Yeah, okay. You don't like it when I shake you, so I will stop shaking you. You like the belly rub, though? No? Alrighty. So I've got... I go into Master Vault and 5 stars. Oh, I know what the problem is. So I have 3 5-star chickens so far. I am getting close to making a 4th. And the good news is I can do that before this champion training tournament ends, because I've got an extra day or 2 to do it. I absolutely want this epic book, though. Awesome. Cocktail and Hydra. Great combination. Remember, folks, friends don't let friends Hydra drunk. Or something like that. Or encourage it. I'm not sure which. Yeah, it really is personal to your account which one's better. Like right now I'm dealing with the free-to-play, and the free-to-play, obviously, it doesn't matter what rotation it is. You know, that's Chimera. That's not what we're looking for. You know, the good news is I had the 2nd highest total on Hydra in my entire clan. The bad news is I still didn't get the first chest. Yep, that's... Oh, yeah, he had a Tyrant in there. Of course that one did well. Hey, Orca, how you doing? That is nice. Again, we're kicking butt there. Is there anything I can do that I... Let's see. Marina's holding that back. There's nothing there, nothing there. I'm getting a Sacred soon, too. That's good. I'm going to get my monthly Sacred. That'll be good. Okay, so I am not going to have time to... Alright, let's run my clan boss key here. I was really hoping we were going to have a chance to... I was really hoping we'd have a chance to get Ugo to 6 stars before this run, but not going to happen. Hi, Bandit. Bandit's being a jerk. All right. I have gotten another book into Geo's A3, so he's landing his burns a little more predictably. They're only it's a 90% still, not 100%. So I need one more book to get the 100%, and then I'd like to get it down a couple of turns. Best way to build Feral would be ideally with as much protection set as you can. Build him super fast with good accuracy. I can probably give it a try quickly. Let's see. I still have the account up. Let me hop on and take a look. I can throw something on him. I do want to watch this though, because I need to make sure I want to make sure I at least get the bottom chest. So I need to get what do I need to do on that? Okay, I need to get 9.79 million. And I've come up less than 100,000 short before. So get faster, probably. 26 is where you need to figure out how to lock out what's her name? Because that changes to the new champions. Because 26 changes to what's her name? Timmet and the other one. Why am I blanking on her name? Kaja. That's right, Kaja the Rai. Yeah, basically you need to figure out how to lock out Kaja or otherwise remove Kaja from the fight. So generally that's actually where I recommend if you have your Carl, you can use your Carl, and as long as he's faster than Kaja, your Carl can do a 100% guaranteed freeze without books on his A3 if the turn meter matches up properly, which it can. You just need to build him a little bit faster than Kaja. But yeah, there's a good chance it's a speed issue as much as anything else. It may also be an affinity issue because that changes to a different team. Yeah, Kaja's 300 on 30. She's like 265 on 26, I think. She might be 285 on 26. I think it's 265 though. Or 260. Well, there goes the revive, but we just hit the minimum, so we're good to go. There we go. Not amazing damage, but pretty good damage. All right, 5-star Alice Soul. Let's go. 450 tournament points. That's actually really awesome. Oh, that's juicy. That is going to be really good. Mythicals, yeah, mythicals start on 26. Basically, stage 26 is the equivalent of hard 2. Stage 27 is hard 4. Stage 28 is hard 6. Stage 29 is hard 8. And stage 30 is hard 10, as far as the way the drop rates are concerned, for towards normal dungeons. Alrighty, so that was a bunch of energy that drops in here, and since I'm not really doing this stuff, let's throw this out there, and oh, I forgot, I do need to actually do something. Nice. that. Let's do that. Oh, gotta put that. Go. Perfect. All right. We are hopping in your account, Dr. Matt, so we can build your Feral. Okay, bandage. Okay. So we need to be able to land debuffs and protect what we can. So if we can do it... We can't, because you've got tons of protection on other champions. I'm 100% sure of that. But that doesn't mean we can't goose some protection. I warned you. I did actually warn you. Chat, you heard me. I warned him, right? Oh, great. You can watch me unmuted now? I'm so... No, it's fine. You're still watching. That's the important part. All right. So, speed and accuracy. It's mildly tempting. Let's just see what this does. Got some speed. Let's take a look at what this one does. If this hits speed twice, we're actually in great shape. Okay. Because that's going to give you, that gives you an additional 20 accuracy just for being pinpoint. So that's good. So HP and defense percent. Kind of missed. Still the best ring. Alrighty. Barrel is certainly an option too, but we'll get back out here. So speed with accuracy subs. Can we get, I want to get you in as much protection as possible. Because we can get you in 6-piece protection, that's still better than not. Well, we can get this up to plus 16. And the good news is, since a lot of times you're using resistance on this stuff, the fact that we're looking for speed and accuracy is kind of nice. Priority stats is going to be speed, medium, accuracy, low. That's really nice. That, I think, is better. That is, yeah, that's already better than what we had a minute ago. Speed and accuracy roll will be good. That's nice. All right, we've already got 6-piece protection, which is great. And we can certainly do, if we can do a 7th piece, a 7th piece gives more speed, doesn't it? No, you need 8 pieces to get the speed. And we can't, no, we only got 5 pieces. We need the 6th piece. All right, so what do we got here? That's not bad. That's really good. Hello. Why did I just do that? All right, so that loses a little bit of speed for a lot of accuracy, but we don't need a lot of accuracy because I'm pretty sure you've got a couple of area bonuses, plus we can glyph this up. So let's not lose the speed if we can avoid it. That is nice, though. All right, so that's 6 piece. So now we just need HP or defense percent. And we'll take just speed if we can do it in one of these other sets. All right, now let's do that. That was not great. That was better. Actually, this is a pretty nice looking one. Let's just get this to 16. All right, we have a winner. All right, our crit rate doesn't totally suck because he's going to be He's going to be attacking regularly, so a little more crit rate doesn't hurt, but obviously not what we want. You don't have any speed glyphs. You have accuracy glyphs though, so we'll use those.
Hello there.
Hey, Havix, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. That's good to hear. All right, so let's just lift this up to glyph some of the HP up as well. I'd like you to get to, okay, you've got 350 accuracy, so that's good. You don't have all the masteries, but you're fine. The masteries you're doing are perfect. Yeah, that's fine too. Either one of these would be fine. And then obviously you're going to want Master Hexer and Lasting Gifts because that's what you're going to want. And then pretty much here it's going to go straight down. I tend to prefer, instead of single out, I tend to prefer Life Drinker in PvE content just because I find the extra healing sometimes can be that kind of nice and helpful. But we're doing pretty good. We're just helping Dr. Matt with his Feral the Barkhorn. So overall, this should be pretty well built. You can certainly glyph it up better later, but you've got enough accuracy, you've got good speed, you've got decent HP and defense. Should be a good champion for you. So you are all set, Dr. Matt? Yeah, Protected Brimstone's nice. Yep, no worries. Protected Brimstone's going to help in Sand Devil too, actually. Not that I'm really worried about Sand Devil. Yeah, just, I mean, you need to have enough accuracy to land his debuffs and then, you know, lots of attack and crit damage. He'll be a little squishy, but you've got revivers and healers on the team. Plus, once he gets that leech out, he's got that too, so. so we need to get a little more energy somewhere. Get this stuff. Yep, that's that energy. Yeah, you know what? It's not a big deal if I grab... Oh, I got this energy. That'll be fine. All right, guys, I think we're going to call it the end of a stream because I have a really big day tomorrow as well, and I have not slept well, actually, in about a week. But last night I was up regularly, repeatedly for doing a bunch of stuff. I actually still have a video I need to edit too. So, good news is that video shouldn't be too bad to edit because it's mostly just piecing it together. But that'll go up tomorrow, and I actually have to edit that one, unfortunately, which is a little annoying. But we'll deal with it for now. Yeah, and there might be some big news coming up soon. But until then, just keep on hanging out. I appreciate you guys hanging out on Twitch. I appreciate you guys hanging out on YouTube. I appreciate you guys on Twitch putting up with the music change. Again, if you guys can think of, feel free to just DM me or put in the chat feedback, just suggestions on if there's any, playlists or stuff like that might be interesting that are royalty free. I don't have to use Amazon Music necessarily, but if it's as long as it's ad free as well, that helps. Like obviously Spotify doesn't work well because I need to buy premium Spotify, and I don't want to buy premium Spotify because I have premium Amazon. So appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Appreciate all the love. Appreciate the raids. We got Pogo raid. We had somebody else raided as well. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Appreciate the sub from Dunkirk. You guys are absolutely awesome. Keep up the wonderful, wonderful work. And let's go raid Zero Brew for those of you on Twitch. Those of you on YouTube, well, I can't raid with you guys, so I will be talking with you a little bit later as well. But thanks for hanging out. It's definitely been a fun stream, and it's been fun to get back on Twitch and do a little of, some of this stuff that we're doing here for these live streams. So you guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you very much. Take care, and we'll see you on Thursday.